In today's video, we are going to be comparing the 4 different sections of Sun City Hilton Head. Now, I did make this video a few years ago, but a lot of things have changed since then. So if you want to see the latest and greatest comparing the 4 different sections of Sun City Hilton Head, stay tuned because we're jumping in right now. Do you want to know everything there is to know about the South Carolina Lowcountry? Whether it's Bluffton, Beaufort, Hilton Head Island, or Jasper County, then subscribe below and tap that bell for notifications so you'll be the first to know every time I put out a new video. My name is David Simcox, host of this channel and a local real estate agent. I get calls and emails every day from people just like you looking to make their move here, and I absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 3 days, 3 months, or even 3 years, give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text, or you can always book a Zoom call by going to lowcountrylifestylesteam.com. So, without further ado, let's start comparing all 4 sections of Sun City Hilton Head. Okay, so we are going to look inside my computer and we're going to take a look at Sun City. And like I said before, there are 4 different sections. This right here is all the active listings in Sun City Hilton Head. Now, first thing you have to know is Sun City Hilton Head is not actually in Hilton Head Island. So if I zoom out here, this is Hilton Head Island out here. This has been a huge tourist destination since the 1950s. And we're actually over here, and part of Sun City is in Bluffton, part of it's over in the Jasper County side. And we're gonna start over in the new section because I think the last video I made, I ended with the new section and it wasn't done yet. They were still building in there. There was a lot of construction. There was no gates, there was no amenities, and it was just a lot of dirt. So I wanna start there because we've come a long ways in the past few years. This is the newest section of Sun City right here, and they call this Sun City West, or the West Campus. And actually, the last time I made a video about this, there was no bridge connecting the multiple sections. So now there's actually a bridge that goes across Argent Boulevard right about here, and it is a golf cart and pedestrian bridge. This is Argent Boulevard. It's not a really busy road, but it is fairly busy during some of the rush hour times. It was a little sketchy to go back and forth across there in a golf cart, but now they do have that bridge available for you. There is a stoplight. The Department of Transportation has already approved a stoplight to go in right here, so that is coming soon. Now, when you come down here, the other new update is they have put in the guard gate. So last time I made this video, I mentioned that there was no guard gate there and people could just kind of come and go as they please. Now, full-time guards at the gates going into the west section. The other thing that I think makes this section really unique is they have sidewalks on every single residential road. And this is the only section of Sun City that has that. So I think that that is really a big value. The other thing is the lots are deeper and the driveways are longer. So if you have guests that are coming to stay, you know, there's plenty of room to park. Also, I think having the sidewalks on the road is really nice if you've got a pet and you want to walk them and you don't want them walking out in the street. Now, the big, huge benefit to living in this newest section is if I zoom in right here, last time I made this video, this was nothing but dirt. And this is the brand new $50 million amenity center. It is unlike anything I've ever seen. And I actually went out here and made a video about this, and you can go back and watch that if you want, where I toured this with Mackenzie. But you've got this, if you go in the front door, it's an amazing clubhouse. They have multiple rooms for clubs to meet. They have a game room, which has a billiards table. They've got video games. They've got arcade games. They've got a spa in here with multiple treatment rooms, so you can get any kind of beauty treatment you want. You can get a massage. They have a restaurant in there where you can actually eat inside the clubhouse right here, or you can order your food out by the pool. And I'm going to talk about the pool in just a second. It's absolutely incredible. And when you go out to this pool area right here, it is, I think, maybe the biggest or the second largest private swimming pool anywhere in the state of South Carolina. and it has lounge chairs all around it. It has cabanas that you could feel like you're at a resort in Cancun. Right here you can see this is a amphitheater overlooking this 7-acre lake right here where they have live concerts. So you could actually be lounging in the swimming pool right here and watching live music. Over in this building right here, they have a huge fitness center. And again, if you go back and watch the video I made touring this thing, it will blow your mind. It has multiple levels of fitness center. It has an elevated running track, so you can be walking or running in the heat of the summer or the cold of the winter. It's overlooking a sports court, which has basketball. It has indoor tennis, indoor pickleball. There's an indoor swimming pool here as well. It is absolutely incredible. Out here, you have your pickleball courts, you have your tennis courts, you've got your bocce ball. So this alone, I think, makes the new section just absolutely incredible. The other thing is, if you do want to do a new home, then this is the only section that you can purchase in. This is the only place where they're selling lots right now. And if you are buy a new home, you have several options. You can build from scratch, which means that you pick your lot, you pick your floor plan. Within that floor plan, you pick certain structural changes that you want to make. You pick your, you go to the design center and you pick all your finishes, like your flooring, your cabinets, your tiles, your colors, all that fun stuff. So that's kind of like a la carte, everything from scratch. They also have what they call quick move-in homes. Now, quick move-in homes, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're ready to move in today. It just means that they've already picked everything out. So it could be in framing, it could be in a slab, it could be at drywall stage, but you really can't make any changes. But the good thing about that is they have a price tag already on it. It is all inclusive of the lot, the design center, everything. So there's really no unknown factors. Now, the good thing about going new construction is they always have various incentives that they're gonna offer. They're gonna offer an incentive for using their mortgage company if you are getting a mortgage. They're gonna offer you an incentive if you're paying cash. And if you're building from scratch, they're also going to offer you an incentive towards your design center upgrade. So there's always, sort of this free money that they're throwing around. The other benefit is you're going to get a warranty with the house. So you're really not going to have to worry about anything for many, many years. Also, all the homes in this section are also hardy plank. The siding on the outside of the house, which I think is the preferred siding here in the Lowcountry. The HOA dues are $3,687 per year, and that does include your landscaping. There is a transfer fee, but if you buy new construction, they waive the transfer fee. So that is also a benefit to buying in this new section. The transfer fee, if you buy a resale, is going to be 2/3 of 1% plus $3,500 plus a $300 admin fee. So again, if you buy new construction, that's gonna save you a little bit of money. The other thing I wanna mention in here is they have what they call the Duets, and the Duets are connected units. They're like duplexes. And you pay an extra, I think $90 a month in HOA dues for living in a Duet, but that includes a roof reserve fund, of course, all the landscaping and repainting of the outside of the house if it ever needs it. So it's really like a lock and leave, no maintenance lifestyle. And if you're thinking this is gonna be a second home, or you're gonna be traveling a lot, or you just don't want to be bothered by home maintenance anymore, I think the Duets are a really, really great thing to consider. Now, all of these are in Jasper County. So Jasper County is going to have a little bit higher taxes than Beaufort County and a little bit lower homeowners insurance. Now, this isn't an exact formula, but the taxes are gonna be roughly about 1% of the purchase price. So if you bought a $500,000 home, you can figure roughly $5,000 a year in taxes. Now, the other hidden benefit, I think, to living in this section is when you move in here, everybody on your whole street they're all moving in at the exact same time. And everybody's entering a new phase of life together. Everybody's jumping off on this new adventure at the same time. Everybody's excited. Everybody's looking to get to know each other. And I think it just makes finding new friends just a little bit easier. And if you're buying over in the other sections, you might be sort of the new kid on the block, so to say, where people retired 20, 30 years ago and you're just now moving in. So that's just something to consider. Also in this section, there are a lot of people that are still finishing out their careers. They're working remotely, or they want to work part-time because they just recently retired. So just slightly different vibe going on in there. So that is pretty much everything I want to say about the newest section, the west section of Sun City. Now we're just going to move right across the street here. And if we zoom in on the map, if you came back across this golf cart bridge and you came into this section right here, this is called the north section. Now these homes are still fairly new. You're still getting the newest floor plans, you're still getting open concept floor plans, you're still getting hardy plank siding, but again, they're just gonna be slightly older homes. Some of them might be just a couple of years old, and some of them might be up to, maybe 12 or 13 years old, but they're still pretty new. And a lot of the people living in here, a lot of them are still fairly recently retired, and they do also have some really great amenities in this section. Now, I do want to mention, just for the record, that it does not matter what section of Sun City that you live in, you have access to everything, everywhere at all times. So in this section, they have their own amenity center, which is right about here. And this has a golf clubhouse. So there is the executive golf course in the north section. Executive golf course is just a little bit shorter yardage. It still has par threes, par fours, like everything, but it's just you're gonna play a little faster and it's a little bit easier to play. This is also the home of what I like to call Pickleball Central. So right here is all of these pickleball courts, and it is always hopping over there. There's always people. In the mornings, they have open play where you can just go and you can put your paddle in the fence and you can take turns playing with different people and make some new friends. They have an outdoor restaurant here, which is a pizzeria and pub, really good pizza. And then inside the amenity center, they have a fitness room, they have rooms for different clubs to meet, different activities. They have an indoor pool. They also have an outdoor pool, resort style pool here. And this is also where the model homes are. So if you are coming to look at the model homes to see what you would build, that would be in the north section. Now the north section is also in Jasper County. So remember, Jasper County is going to be a little bit higher taxes and a little bit lower insurance. They also have a dog park in this section. So if you have a fuzzy friend or a fur baby or whatever you want to call them, they do have a dog park in here as well. The HOA dues in here are the same as the west section because they are doing your lawn care for you. They're $3,687 per year. And because these are all resales in here, this is completely built out. You would be paying that Sun City transfer fee, which is 2/3 of 1% plus $3,500 plus a $300 admin fee. Now we're gonna move right across the street over here. And this section right here, this is called Riverbend. Now Riverbend, even though it's across the street, now we've moved into Beaufort County. And the interesting thing about Riverbend, it's a very small enclave, but it's the only section of Sun City that has fully custom luxury homes. So in this section, you could buy a lot and you could build a home with any custom home builder that you wanted. And there are some very beautiful, very opulent, very grand custom homes over in this section. And the other really cool thing about this section is it has its own private dock right here on the river, and there's a kayak launch station. And this is a saltwater river. So if you want to go fishing on a daily basis, or if you want to put a kayak in, or you want to go do stand-up paddleboard, you can do all that here. And it is one of the most beautiful views of the Lowcountry I've ever seen. And typically when I'm doing a Sun City tour, I leave this till last on the tour because it happens to be my favorite place in all of Sun City. Now, it doesn't matter where you live in Sun City, you still have access to this waterfront feature. There's also a pool down here, and there's also a clubhouse for meetings and events and activities. Now, the reason I like this is because I do sell a lot of homes to people in Berkeley Hall and Belfair and Colleton River. And those are high-end private golf courses right in Bluffton. And they have similar type homes to what you'd find in Riverbend. But a lot of people, when they're at or near retirement, they get a little bit worried about, because when you buy in like Berkeley or Belfair or Colleton, you're automatically a member of the golf course, and they have $100,000 plus entry fees and $20,000 to $30,000 per year to live in there, and you're automatically part of the golf club. And what happens if, as you get a little older, you get hurt or you age out and you can't golf anymore, or you don't want to golf anymore, and you're stuck in this private golf club that you're not using the golf amenities, but you're still paying $20,000 to $30,000 a year. That's a problem. But some people just really like that style of home, a big, opulent, luxurious, custom-built home, but they don't want to pay that $20,000, $30,000 a year. This section of Sun City gives you that opportunity, and you're only paying the same HOA fee that you would pay in the south section of Sun City. So you're paying $2,820 a year to live in this section, and you still have access to all the amenities throughout Sun City. And there's over $200 million worth of amenities and over 200 clubs that you can join. And on any given day, there's 20 to 30 things happening on the event calendar. So if you want the luxury lifestyle, but you don't want to pay the high HOA and the high entry fee that some of the private clubs offer, then maybe you should take a look at this section of Sun City, which is called Riverbend. Now we're going to move on to the last section of Sun City. This is also the oldest and the biggest section. This is the south side. This is the original section of Sun City that they started 30 years ago. They just had their 30th anniversary. This is in Beaufort County, so you're going to pay the lower taxes and a little bit higher insurance rate because it is a coastal county. It's going to be roughly 0.5% of the purchase price. So again, if you were to buy a $500,000 home, you'd be paying about $2,500 in taxes. The HOA dues here are lower. They're $2,820 per year. And the reason they're lower is because you're responsible for your own landscaping, where in the north section and the west section, they're doing that for you. Now, there are a lot of pros and just a few cons to living in this section. The pros: it is, in my opinion, the prettiest section of Sun City. Because it's been around for 30 years, it has very, very lush landscaping. You feel like you're in the Garden of Eden when you're there. Flowers everywhere, mature trees. If you look at this from an aerial view right here, you'll see all these areas that are preserved, nature preserve. And so a lot more nature in there. It's not all clear cut. It's absolutely gorgeous. And there are also 2 championship golf courses on this side. Championship means it's the full length golf course. And there are a lot of really, really great amenities over here. So another thing I just wanted to show you is if you come from the north section over to the south section, there is actually a bridge right here that connects, and that bridge allows golf carts, pedestrians, and cars. So you can drive from one section to the other. And if I were taking you on a tour here, we'd come in, and the first place I would take you is over here to Town Square. So Town Square is right here, and it's a huge amenity center. They have croquet fields, and you can go out and just play croquet, or you can join the croquet group, and they all dress in all white like the classic croquet players. They have tons of tennis courts here, which they're all hard-true tennis courts, which is like a clay material. So it slows the ball down a little bit. It's easier on your joints. It absorbs water better. It doesn't get as hot during the summertime. There's also a huge amenity center here with a fitness center, an outdoor resort style pool. And at this pool, they also have these resistance pools that go in a circle, kind of like a lazy river. And you can actually walk against the resistance of the water to get a little bit of exercise. There's also an indoor pool here. As you can see, there's tons of bocce ball courts. And then over here, all these buildings, these are what I call the specialty rooms. And the specialty rooms are things like the card playing room, and they have a billiards hall, and they have a table tennis room, and they have a pottery studio with a kiln, and they have stained glass window room, and they have a sewing club room, and they have a crafts room and a computer room and all these other rooms for people to meet and get together and do things. And the other thing I wanted to mention is, I said it earlier in the video, but there's over 200 clubs in Sun City. So it's kind of like a giant college campus for grown-ups, and they have what they call a club fair. And during the club fair, they set up tents, and all the representatives from all these different clubs are going to try to recruit you to join their club. And on any given day, there's 20 to 30 things happening on the event calendar that you can sign up for. Now, over here in Town Square, they also have a 550 seat theater. It's a performing arts center and a movie theater. Now, the movies are free, but if you go to a show there, they do cost money, typically like $20 to $40 for a show. But they bring in things like tribute bands and comedians and Vegas style acts. And they even have their own theatrical society where they put on their own shows. So if you think that you might like to be an actor or a singer, or you want to get involved in that, you have that opportunity. Now, the other thing that's really cool over here on the south side is right here. This is called Lake Somerset, and this is one of the largest, if not the largest, lagoon or lake in Sun City. And they have a model sailboat club that meets out there. They have a remote controlled jet boat club that races their boats on this lake. They have a fishing pier and dock where you can go out there and you can catch all kinds of fish. They have music in the park. I think it's once a week. There's barbecue grills out there. There's horseshoes. There's cornhole that they have set up. There's also a butterfly and hummingbird garden out at Lake Somerset. So there's so many cool things over there. Then there are also 2 restaurants, as I mentioned, on the south side, and 2 golf courses. And there's also another amenity center over here that has another fitness center, another outdoor swimming pool, resort style pool, huge area for meetings and events and rooms. The other thing that's really cool over here on the south side is they actually have an RV and boat lot. And so if you need to store an RV or a boat, they have that right on site. And they also have hookups. So if you have friends that are traveling and they want to stay in their own RV and hook up for a couple of days, they have that opportunity as well. So there are a lot of really, really cool things on the south side. The only negatives, I would say, is number one, a lot of these homes were built 30 years ago or 20 years ago or 25 years ago. So some of them are dated. Some of them need a facelift. Some of them need a little bit of fluff and puff. And they're also a little more dated floor plan. So they're not the open concept. They're separated. You know, you've got the living room as one area, the dining room as another area, the kitchen as another area, and not everybody loves that. So if you like the older floor plans, this might be the place for you. And I might be talking to my mom here because my mom does not like open floor plans, and she's been texting me and emailing me, telling me that the open floor plan is gonna go away and everybody's gonna want the more compartmentalized floor plans moving forward. So I don't know, comment down below and tell me if you agree with my mom, if you think the open floor plans are going away. But if you like that more compartmentalized floor plan, then the south side might be a little bit better fit. The other thing that I love about the south side is there are some views over there that just don't exist anywhere else in Sun City. There are what I call trifecta views, where you are looking out across the lagoon, then you're looking across a golf course, and then there's woods behind there. It's like everything you could ever want in a view. And those types of views just don't exist on the north or the west side. So if you are a view junkie or you want the most amazing view, you're probably gonna need to look on the south side. The other thing that I mentioned, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I want to go ahead and talk about it. A lot of the folks that are living on the south side, not all of them, because there has been a lot of turnover over 30 years, but a lot of them retired 20 or 30 years ago. And for people that are at or near retirement right now, sometimes they move in and they might feel like they're the new kid on the block. and maybe they feel like it's a little bit harder to make friends because everybody's been there a long time. So I don't know if that's true or not, but people have mentioned that to me. So I thought I would just, bring it up to you. The other thing that I absolutely love about Sun City, and I don't think it matters what section you live in, is access to so much commercial entertainment. So right throughout Sun City, around Sun City, there are, I think, close to 100 different stores, restaurants, grocery, liquor stores, veterinarians, doctors' offices, anything and everything you could want. There's these little side gates that go out of Sun City, and you can actually ride your golf cart out these little side gates, and you can go to the grocery store, or you can go to the ice cream shop, or you can go get dinner, or you can go to the bar, or whatever you feel like doing. And they have golf cart parking there for the Sun City resident. And there is no other 55 and better community in the Lowcountry that can offer that and that can say that. So if you want to ride a golf cart all over Sun City, and there's a lot of roads in there, there's actually over 100 miles of roads in Sun City. But if you want to ride your golf cart all over Sun City and you want to go to the stores, it's a really great option. So that is the comparison of the 4 different sections of Sun City. I call this the 2026 edition. I hope that was helpful, and it really doesn't matter what section you live in. There is a right place for everybody. And again, I always say my job is to make sure that we marry the right address to the person's dream. So I don't want to feel like, steering you or pointing you to any specific section of Sun City. I just want to illuminate some of the features, advantages, benefits, pros, and cons of the 4 different sections. And hopefully, if you're interested in this community, we can find the right fit for you. Thank you so much for staying till the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed learning all about Sun City Hilton Head, the 4 different sections and what they offer. And of course, if I can help you find your own Lowcountry lifestyle, give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text, or you can always book a Zoom call by going to lowcountrylifestylesteam.com. And as always, I hope to meet you in person at some point, but if not, I hope to at least see you on the next video.